John Barker, of course. We're very close to those runners. Top international athlete,
There he is,
marathon runner, Jim is suffering. He said he thought it would have been a wise move not to run today. I'm sure he's partly in agreement with that now. It's a tough race if you're not 100% fit.
Here we have in second place George Baker, who's now got about 100 yards on Jim Dingwall. As I said earlier, George is in quite good shape at the moment. He's left Jim for dead. Jim's struggling. In fact, Jim is being caught up by the chasing group of 3 runners, I believe. But George is running quite strong at the moment. That leading group of 3, which we thought would stay together, has actually split up.
Yes, George he's a good runner, he's got plenty of stamina. If he could believe in himself, he could possibly get to the leader, Duncan McFarlane. He's about 80 yards down. It looks an awfully long way when you're running flat out anyway.
I think it's very hard to close that gap once it opens, Pete, because although you're running at very much the same speed as the guy in front, there's that buffer zone between the two of you, which is always very, very difficult to close. Unless, of course, the guy in front blows up completely.
He's done. Well, McFarlane is just coming in a shot and he's showing no signs of that. He's certainly springing along there.
Here we have Duncan McFarlane again after that rather treacherous corner.
He's looking like all runners when they're running well. He doesn't look under strain at all. He just looks like he's jogging, doesn't he?
He's running a lot faster than everybody else, and yet he looks easier than everybody else. That's a sign of a class runner.
A runner you used to run against, Kevin?
Many years ago, Pete.
So we're coming along Kemp Road here, one of the posher parts of Swanland, or of the whole area probably. And we've got some class runners coming through.
That's right. It's quite an undulating part of the course as well, isn't it, Pete? We've got uphills, we've got slight downhills, and a few bits in the flat, which is strange for Hull, in my experience from the last couple of years.
And here's one of the Kemp Road residents on the left-hand side with a brown jacket on, just making a comment. That is none other than Brian Cook, former district marathon record holder. 2 hours 22:13. And also the owner of Windsor House. And so, Duncan McFarlane, he seems to be extending his lead. He's running exceptionally easily. It's down a slope now, so if you're running well, it's very difficult to close the gap.
Although in saying that, I think George, the gap hasn't opened very much. We thought it had opened earlier on, but I think it's very much the same. It's about, what, 100 yards or so?
Well, we're just timing this and just give you an idea what the gap is. It's a bit more than you think, you know. It's about 15 seconds.
15 seconds, so that's nothing to look at.
Yeah. And Jim now, he's certainly held his position. He doesn't seem to be under threat like he was just before from that group behind. But Jim's running a bit better now. That smooth economic style. And you can. And in the next group, there's Malcolm Martin there, sitting around. He's looking quite easy. Like he might get amongst them yet, you know.
I think he will. He's looking very strong.
Yeah, yeah. And the next 2 runners here. It is Peter Moon's having a good run. Peter Moon is having a good run. He's in the distance. We can also see Martin Farrell. We must be disappointed with this.
I think Martin's better on the shorter distances, Pete.
Well, he does make he does like to think he's a 10 miler as well.
We seem to perform better over 5 miles to the West Palmer race as well, haven't we?
Yeah.
And they've got it 5.
You could certainly do with one of those massive picks that he put in there.
Yeah.
To close the gap of 2 up.
I think I need a couple of those massive kick feet at the moment where he's Mike Lake's definitely closing on that group of 3 who are chasing the leaders.
Yes. And Mike's got quite a finish, so he may well have quite a say in that if he could just get on to them. But Paul Clark there of Grimsby, he's been in and out of running, and he looks like he's got himself very fit again. He's one of these runners who can get themselves fit very quickly.
Here we have Jim, he's pulled away again from that group, he's got a bigger gap on them. Matter now, can he catch George Baker?
Well, he's after George, there's no doubt about that. You can see by the set look on his face. There's one way to maintain your position, and that is to go for the next one.
So keep your eye on the guy in front, close in on him as much as you can. Slight uphill here, which is going to hurt the runners a little bit, especially trying to catch the guy in front. Jim's trying to do it with George now. Put George in picture now. George is still looking quite strong. Fairly easy as well, Peter.
Yes. The trouble is, you can't run any faster than your fastest, can you? And the gap is beginning to look impossible. You can see they're almost equal distances between the first 3.
36 minutes into the race, Peter's got what, another 14, 15 minutes left?
That's right. I can only see the first 3 positions widening. Without the help of the stewards here, who must be frozen to the marrow, these events wouldn't take place with such slick organisation.
And of course, Humberside Police as well, Peter, close up all the roads, or as best they can anyway,
yes.
Control the traffic.
I mean, this looks like the surface of the moon or something here, doesn't it? Heaps of snow all over the place. Well, there's been a lot of phone calls to Runner Care all this week, asking if this race would take place. As you can see by the look of the snow on the side of the road, there's no wonder we got those inquiries. But we have been lucky, the snow has held off, although there seems to be a lot in the air. And there's only, as Kevin said, only a few minutes left of this race. Possibly another 2.5 miles or less. All 3 runners there in a real sort of train. You can see just about, if Fred moves over, all 3 runners in shot there, and you can see the kind of gap. There's no way that those positions can change by some sort of accident. You note that George is running on the right-hand side of the road. He could actually be disqualified for that, because road runners should always run on the left. If you run on the right, it's deviating the course. And runners have been disqualified for this.
But if he gets disqualified, I think everybody else behind him will be disqualified as well, because they're all running on the right-hand side of the road as well.
That's correct. Well,
which means we have one finisher. It'll be Duncan McFarlane.
Well, the winner, he's playing it by the book, and I don't blame him. So we're on 43 minutes, and we're just waiting for the leader, who of course is Duncan McFarlane. One of the youngest winners for some years. But I think we have to go back to Malcolm Mountford for a younger winner of this race. I think he won in 1977 or so. Went on to be a prolific marathon runner. prolific, but never as good as he might have been, I think. Next, you can see George Baker there. He's held it on pretty well. Certainly Duncan hasn't got away, but there's no way George can close that gap either. And George knows that, but at least he's getting second place, and a very well earned second place. Jim comes round now. He's clear in third place. He's wise and old enough to know that he can't do anything about this either. Yeah, and Mike Lake has got with that group, so this could be very interesting.
The group's easier to work with than by yourself, so we've got a good chance of catching Jim.
And 16 seconds Jim was behind George there, so that's not closable.
And Mike's looking determined at the front seat, I think.
Yes, that could. So we must now go to the finish, but there's a very interesting battle going on there for the lower positions. And so the finish of the 1987 Ferriby 10, there's an outright and clear winner, Duncan McFarlane of Scunthorpe Harriers, and he's setting a course record for this new course. In fact, I'm pretty sure it is. He's running 50-26-27.
If you push this,
No, well, as it's 50-30 now, it'll be difficult.
was it? Oh, well, my watch is
And they finished there 50-35 for the winner. 50-35, I make it.
I'll make it. My watch is stopped. Yeah, go on. You're right, Pete. Yeah, my watch stopped.
And second place, excellent run by George Baker. I think this is the third running of this particular course, in 50 minutes and 58 seconds. He's checking his watch. And these runners are going to suffer for this. Jim has held on. He's a second count of the City of Hull, third position overall. Second last year, third this year. He's looking round. He's in no danger though. Just checking on the opposition. For a man who's not fit, 51-25 is not bad. And Paul Clark there is coming. He made fourth. Paul Clark, excellent run by Paul, 51-33. And John Barker's had a great run, 51-36. And Mike Lake for his brave run there, 51-42. Malcolm Martin's coming next. The veteran obviously won that, 51-49. Some vet.
Yes, I thought Mike might take that group there, Pete, but I think he got blown out on the finish at there.
Good run by Peter Moon here. Peter Moon is running 52 minutes and 4 seconds. Next run, I'm not quite sure, 3:54. 3:54, followed by 3:42. 2 out of town runners there. 3:54. 3:42.
Michael Hill and T. White from Longwood Harriers.
Yeah, and the next runner now 52 and 34 seconds. 2:56. Grimsby runner, so Grimsby has followed the team in, but City of Hull have got it.
Paul Freeman coming in after Grimsby.
Yeah. And here we go with
Martin Farrell.
Martin Farrell.
He's holding off Andy there.
Yeah, well, not a bad run. It's 52, 54, and Andy, this is a good run for Andy. 52, 59, I hope he gets it down so much better than 53 minutes. And looks like another Grimsby runner there, 43. Grimsby done very well today.
Rob Eccles there from Bingley Harriers, actually.
Oh, well, sorry about that. Same there. So, oh dear. Mark
Smith all over the place there.
Oh, yes, he's
He's foaming at the mouth.
Yeah.
Has he got rabies? Well, Mark's alright.